Hello, my little darlings. Come closer, sit right here next to your Grandpa Lucas. Yes, just like that. Are you comfy and cozy? Good. Tonight, I have a very special story for you. A story that has been told for many, many years. It's the story of a sweet little girl, a big, bad wolf, and a very brave grandma. Are you ready? Once upon a time, in a cozy little cottage at the edge of a great, green forest, lived a little girl. I have packed a basket for you with some cake and a bottle of juice to help her feel strong again. Please take it to her. But remember, stay on the path, don't wander into the forest, and don't talk to any strangers. It's very important that you go straight to Grandma's house. Do you promise? Yes, Mama, I promise, said Little Red Riding Hood, and with a kiss goodbye, she took the basket and set off on her way. Grandma's house was on the other side of the forest, and the path was long but beautiful. Birds were singing in the trees, and colorful butterflies fluttered all around. Little Red Riding Hood was happily skipping along, humming a little tune, when suddenly, a big, dark shadow fell over the path. She looked up, and standing right in front of her was a wolf, with big, pointy ears and even bigger, sharper teeth. "Good morning, little girl," the wolf said, trying to sound as friendly as he could. His voice was deep and a little scratchy. "Where are you off to so early in the morning?" Little Red Riding Hood, forgetting her mother's warning about talking to strangers, replied, "I'm going to my grandmother's house. She's not feeling well, and I'm bringing her some cake and juice to make her feel better." "Oh, how very kind of you," said the wolf, his eyes gleaming. "And where does your grandmother live?" "Her cottage is just a little further down the path, under the 3 big oak trees," she explained innocently. The wolf's mind started racing. He thought to himself, the little girl first, and then the grandmother for dessert. What a feast! But he had to be clever about it. So, with a sly smile, he said to Little Red Riding Hood, "Look at all these beautiful flowers. Why don't you pick a lovely bouquet for your grandmother? She would surely love that." Little Red Riding Hood looked around. The forest was indeed filled with the most beautiful flowers she had ever seen. "What a wonderful idea!" she exclaimed. And so, she skipped off the path and began picking flowers, completely forgetting her promise to her mother. While Little Red Riding Hood was busy gathering flowers, the wicked wolf didn't waste a second. He ran as fast as his legs could carry him, taking the shortcut straight to Grandma's house. He arrived at the little cottage and knocked on the door. He waited patiently for the main course to arrive. A little while later, Little Red Riding Hood arrived at the cottage. She had a beautiful bouquet of flowers in her hands. She noticed the door was wide open, and that seemed strange. As she walked inside, everything felt quiet and a little spooky. She called out, "Grandma, I'm here." A strange, muffled voice replied from the bed, "Come closer, my dear." Little Red Riding Hood went to the bedside. The room was dark, and her grandmother looked very, very strange. "Oh, Grandma," she said, "what big ears you have! The better to hear you with, my dear," the wolf replied in his disguised voice. "Oh, Grandma, what big eyes you have," she said, getting a little scared. "The better to see you with, my dear." "But Grandma," she whispered, her voice trembling, "what big hands you have. The better to hug you with, my dear." "Oh, Grandma," she cried, "what a big, terrible mouth you have. The better to eat you with," roared the wolf. He leaped out of the bed, and in one single, terrible gulp, he swallowed poor little Red Riding Hood whole. Now, with his belly completely full, the wolf felt very tired. He climbed back into the bed, lay down, and soon fell into a deep sleep. And he began to snore, very, very loudly. Snory, snory. His snores were so loud they shook the little cottage. Just then, a woodsman was passing by the cottage. He heard the incredibly loud snoring, and thought, "My, the old woman is snoring awfully loud. I should probably check if she's all right." He peeked through the window and saw the big, furry wolf lying in the bed. The woodsman knew at once what had happened. He was a brave man, and he knew he had to act fast. Quietly, he crept into the cottage. He saw the wolf's huge, round belly moving up and down. He took out his big scissors, and very carefully, snip, snip, he cut open the wolf's tummy. And who do you think popped out first? Little Red Riding Hood. So, the three of them went outside and gathered lots of heavy stones. They filled the wolf's belly with the stones while he was still fast asleep. When the wolf finally woke up, he felt very heavy and thirsty. He tried to run away, but the stones were so heavy that he stumbled, fell over, and that was the end of the big, bad wolf. Little Red Riding Hood, her grandmother, and the brave woodsman were so relieved. They all sat down together and enjoyed the cake and juice. And from that day on, Little Red Riding Hood never, ever forgot her promise. She never strayed from the path, and she never, ever spoke to strangers again. She learned that listening to her mother and father was the most important thing to keep her safe from danger. And she realized just how precious her grandmother was, and how important it is to protect and care for the people we love, especially our wonderful grandparents. You see, my little ones, grandparents are like stars. You don't always see them, but you know they're always there, watching over you, loving you with all their hearts. Just like I love you both, more than all the stars in the sky. It's so important to listen to your mummy and daddy, because they want to keep you safe and happy. And always remember, no matter what, your grandpa is always here for you. Now, the forest is quiet, the wolf is gone, and Little Red Riding Hood is safe at home. It's time for my two little angels to close their eyes too. Snuggle down deep into your blankets. Let the story fill you with happy dreams. Dream of sunny paths and beautiful flowers, of loving grandmas and brave heroes, and know that you are safe and loved. Sleep tight, my darlings. Good night. Thanks for listening, and remember to come back for another story soon.